Hey, how's it going, fellas? This is Carlos here with Backyard Diesels. Want to give a shout out to Billy the Kid. He's running a little late, let me get. I don't have that much time to record, so I want to get some key points really quick. So I'm working on a 2005 5.9 24 valve Cummins. If you guys would be doing your head gasket, I don't have much time to explain a little bit of history about this truck. One of the things is they've tried to repair this truck and had no success, so I'm going to show you real quick how to do it right the first time. Here's your head. This is the new head's already been cleaned, polished, resurfaced, brushed, and everything. I wish I could show it before I installed it. That's your new Mopar head gasket. So always go back with original parts. This has 26 bolts. Always remember, start from your center and go and work in a clockwise rotation. So this would be number 1. Okay, so your first torque on these, install them on there hand tight. This would be 69, beginning 69 foot-pounds, and this would be number 2, 69. And remember, clockwise rotation, but always starting from the intake side. Your intake side on the Cummins. So 1, 2, then back over 3, 4, then remember clockwise rotation, come back around, and this would be 5. 1, 2, remember 1, 2, back over to the intake. This line would be always the first one, so I'm trying not to be so confusing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then jump it over, move over to the next one, and so forth. But always remember, start from the center. Pretend this is a long piece of paper and you're trying to get the air bubbles out. So remember, try to work the air bubbles that way and work air bubbles this way. So okay, that's on that one. So remember, first torque it's 69, second would be 89. I always double check all of them again. So it'd be 69, all of them, double check it, 69. Second, step 2, or would be actually 3 after you check them, would be 89. Same thing, it keeps repeating itself, Then you come back after you're done with the 69, you double check them, it'd be 80, 89. So 1, 2, and same thing, keeps repeating itself. And after that, once you're done, this is one key part. The very final step would be always mark on, would be Cummins is required. I'm using this boat as an example, but you'll start the same way you began. This would be at a 90-degree angle. So these 3 lines on this particular bolt were on this side. So remember, 90 degrees is half. A full would be 180. So this was sitting here, these 3 lines here, so I marked it. That's your mark. You come back around. It's a good thing to mark your socket on one of the grooves to know where you're at. So you mark the socket. Once the grooves on the socket line up, boom, you're done with that one. But remember, start here and work your way out in the circular rotation. That's that. I got 3 minutes. Another thing is, these are some of the parts. You do not need to, there's more inside the back of the truck. Let me hit some few key parts. You got your injectors, I still got to clean them out. Good thing to use, you can pretty much just use a little hand wire brush, but don't use no grinder or anything, just to clean out the nozzles once you're there. You have your bridges, your nozzles. I kind of wrote down here the first pass. Remember, it's be 44 inch-pounds. Not a lot of people start just torquing by hand or feel. Don't ever do that. You end up stripping bolts, grooves, bores, and all that. So remember, first pass would be 44 inch-pounds. 89 inch-pounds would be your final. Always double check everything. Check your rockers. Rockers. Your push rods, make sure everything's good. They're not damaged. I already done all that, so they've been sitting here for a while, so I got to set them in oil. So here's another thing on your rockers. Remember, you set in a sequence. Don't go hand tight 27 foot-pounds on your exhaust. On the retainer for your fuel lines, remember, also same thing, double check all of them, make sure they're nice, clean, doesn't look any cracks. They tend to crack. And your retainer nut, 11 foot-pounds. You don't want to put too much pressure and so forth. And always remember, you have different types of metals. This is aluminum, so this all it holds is just your harness. So for your injectors, this is another key part on your injectors. This is 1 foot-pound, so that's pretty much nothing. It's pretty much only going to be with your fingers. And this it's actually 11 inch-pounds. I think that's what I wrote. That's not even a pound. And final, I always remember, don't ever over torque these. I don't know, this one I'd go probably like 8 pounds. I'm not sure if that's correct, but somewhere in there, 8-10 pounds. What else am I going to show you guys? You know, flush it. Make sure you don't go ahead, don't put coolant in it right away. One of the parts, what I use so I wouldn't have trouble removing and replacing the head, just remove everything and have a buddy help you, or do it the safe way. It's really not that bad with the buddy setting it in there. Don't drop it or anything, and get a groove on the block. You got your heater. You got your heater hoses and turbo hoses. You pretty much don't need anything. You don't have to be a master mechanic or have $1 million tool set. This is pretty much all you need. Some of the stuff will other than, I might have grabbed some things for some other vehicles. What else I wanted to show you guys? There's nothing to it. These Cummins are real simple to work on. Ain't too bad. What else? So then, final thing I wanted to show you guys, or tell you guys, on this particular truck, not that it was hard and difficult to fix. Luckily the owner, he didn't want to spend too much money on this, and just for the original head had cracks in it, so whoever tried to repair it before, all they did was drop in a new head gasket, and that's all they did, because it wasn't cut, grooved, or anything, which you could tell once you pull it off. So anyways, I just want to show you some of the parts. I don't know if I showed it. I don't think so. That's the old radiator. It's pretty much just half full with oil. That's the old belt. They wrongfully installed it because half of it's missing. These are your old head studs. I always go with new head studs. So anyways, that's pretty much it, fellas. If you guys need any help, torque specifications and so forth, I have all that on Snap-on. They have this program, but you guys don't need none of that. This is just a hobby of mine that I do. So they have a short track, but anyway, so forth, they kind of assist you, help you in repair information. Say you type in their head, torque specifications, and so forth. But anyways, appreciate you guys, and hopefully this helps you out. And if it doesn't, leave some comments. I'll be more than happy to help you guys out, because I know there's been a lot of situations where I've looked stuff here and there that I didn't know, and I wish I can personally thank those guys, but man, these videos are very extremely helpful. All right, fellas, see you guys later.